Turning now to international news, there are more protests in Hong Kong today pushing back against the government.
That's right, and this unrest is having a big impact on some UM students who are actually studying abroad. Our own reporter Trayvon Howard is there.
Good evening. These past few weeks, Hong Kong has seen a rise in political demonstrations, and I spoke with a few students here at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and they tell me that sometimes going off campus can be overwhelming because clashes between police force and protesters can happen at any moment. And even though the university sends out emails of planned protests in the city, pro-democratic expressions have made their way here on campus, as you can see right over here.
Flyers on the floor, like all the graffiti spread on the walls. It's really sad to think that people would actually do that to their own university.
After 4 months of political unrest, facilities and buildings on the Chinese University of Hong Kong have been vandalized.
You could just be sat outside the cafeteria and then suddenly like a bunch of protesters would come and march, and when you're going back home to the MTR, it's like all vandalized.
Liberate Hong Kong crossed out pictures of Chinese political figures, and spray paint of anti-China expressions can be seen across the campus.
These protesters who actually do it don't clean it up themselves, so then you see like the cleaners on the floor, like in the heat of the day, they're just scrubbing it away, and it's really heartbreaking.
The protests in Hong Kong were sparked by the introduction of an extradition bill. Earlier this year, government officials proposed the bill after a Hong Kong man murdered his pregnant girlfriend in Taiwan. The agreement, however, would not only include Taiwan, but also mainland China, giving Beijing more power over the city.
So if someone was against the Communist Party, then even though if they're in Hong Kong, with the extradition bill, they can legally extradite a Hong Kong citizen across the border and face trial in China.
In recent months, Hong Kong has seen a rise in political demonstrations, creating a more polarized environment. Exchange student Cameron Reddig initially supported the protests, but after experiencing firsthand clashes between protesters and police force, he thinks the violence has gone too far.
The protesters had gotten to the point where it was more of a clash on clash with authorities instead of actually protesting.
Reddig says the protesters seem to be preparing for war, using violence in their fight for change.
Passing along a lot of first aid kits, bricks, anything you could think of they had, and it wasn't much protesting. It was just preparing for police to come.
And although the extradition bill has been scrapped, protesters are still demanding more change, leaving many unsure about the outcome. Now, even though these protesters don't have one main leader, as a whole, they've been working towards 5 main demands. And these demands, one of them has been met, which was to withdraw from the extradition bill. The other 4 include greater democratic freedoms, investigation into police brutality, release those arrested who were in the protests, and for Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam to resign. Now, will these other 4 demands be met like the first one? We'll just have to see in the coming months. But for now, reporting in Hong Kong, Trayvon Howard, UMTV.
It's kind of cool to see one of our own there on the scene.